Internationally, there are three important conventions which deal with chemicals and waste. This is the Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm Conventions. They help us to manage chemicals so that it protects our health and the environment and also prevents waste from being dumped everywhere around our planet. In 2017, the parties to our three conventions adopted a very important decision on gender, and that is about gender mainstreaming, which means that all the activities that we now implement has to have gender featured in there.
Women Environmental Program is a women organization. We have the expertise of reaching women in any part of the country, be it in the northern part of Nigeria, be it in the south, be it in the middle belt. We have the expertise of reaching women because this is something that we have done for over 20 years now. And we have worked with millions and millions of women.
POPs are also found in industrial waste, such as in paints, in coatings, in car equipment, and in old electric transformers.
Prof, this is a typical transformer to a lay person. Mm-hmm. We don't really know what PCBs are and whether this kind of transformer has PCBs.
PCB is an organic oil, which obviously is used as insulation or to insulate some of these machines. For example, if you look here, you see here, it says oil mass 0.31 ton. It's inside these transformers.
One of the biggest industrial POPs waste problems in Nigeria are PCBs, polychlorinated bisphenols. They are banned, but they remain as waste.
You have transformers that are, being decommissioned. This oil are being removed naturally by people who are supposed to be in the maintenance of these equipment. And these people sees this, oil as a commodity, so to speak, to sell out. And there are buyers. Their trade is to do beans cake, what in the local palace is known as Acara. Once they use this PCB oil, the textures look better and all that, and the oil itself does not depreciate in volume.
PCB oil is being sold as a frying oil for food, but in reality, it is a lethal poison. These women food vendors using PCB oils are unaware they're doing so and that they're risking not only their health, but also that of their consumers.
That in most cases like this, you find out that women and children are more vulnerable. They are more vulnerable to these things because, one, they are exposed to these chemicals on a daily basis. For instance, like you referred to, it is women that are involved in a business of, for example, Acara or, beans cake, And obviously, you have the women involved in this trade with their kids trapped in the back and all that kind of stuff. So, in terms of inhalation, they inhale these things, daily.
Persistent organic pollutants. Those are organic material that persist in your body and in nature. And when I'm talking about persistence, I mean not days, not weeks, not years, maybe sometimes, tens of years. Dioxin is a POP. Some PCBs are POPs. Some pesticides, not all pesticides, some pesticides are POPs. Some flame retardants, some so-called perfluorinated material that are, present also around us. So there are a number of chemical families that constitute the POP family. You have a cancer, you have to start, cells become cancerous, this is the first step, and then the cancer has to develop, has sometimes to invade the tissue around it, and ultimately to go and yield metastasis. So here you have mammary cancer cells that are not treated with dioxin, And in this case, we have treated them with dioxin. And you can see some major differences in the morphology of these cells. They are sticking close to each other here. Here they are separate, they are spreading, they have all those extensions, and they move much, much more quickly.
In Senegal, there's a women's NGO called La Ferme de Quatre Chemins, and they are working with 100 women farmers on an innovative biopesticide which does not contain POPs. This biopesticide is made out of the leaves of a tree called the neem tree. Neem trees are indigenous to sub-Saharan Africa. Their leaves are easy to collect for free.
L'ancien pesticide chimique, on allait jusqu'à Rufisque pour acheter ça. En un moment, au bout de deux semaines, il y a les arbres qui vont mettre, les plantes qui vont sitôt évoluer. Et ce n'est pas très bon pour la santé. Donc on a utilisé le naturel. Puisqu'on fait de la biologie, on utilise le naturel. Et ce n'est pas aussi compliqué que ça. On a ça dans le champ.
This neem pesticide is very easy to produce. Once the leaves are grounded, you mix them with water and soap and filter the mixture. With 1 kilo of neem leaves, you can make up to 10 liters of neem pesticide. These 10 liters can treat 100 hectares of crops. Neem pesticides are now used in many African countries, including Nigeria. It's beneficial for women farmers and also for the health and for the environment.
Plastics are very hazardous when they are not collected and when they are in the communities. You know, they clog the drains and lead to stagnant water that attracts mosquitoes and leads to malaria. They lead to flooding and pollution. They leach chemicals into the soil. They get ingested by fish and other sea life, and we in turn eat those things. So what we try and do at WeCF is to teach people about those hazards and get the plastics away from the communities.
Bilikis Abiola is a young female entrepreneur who has created a network of community waste collection schemes. Recyclers employs women and men to separate and clean the waste, which they then sell to recycling companies.
And we have a very high standard of personal protection. So all our staffs are well kitted, and we process the plastics and then sell them to recyclers that in turn turn them into new products.